Right.
I'm just gonna keep it rolling. So.
Oh, so just start whenever?
Yeah, whenever you're
All right.
ready.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Little Guys podcast. I'm Alex, and we are talking about everything AGL 5, and I'm here with...
What's up? My name is Matt. I'm one of the board members for the Little Guys.
What's up, guys? I'm Colton, another board member.
I'm Dustin. I'm another board member.
And I'm Andrew. I'm another board member.
And we have two of the players, Brady and Blake. So, Brady, why don't you introduce yourself first?
Yeah, my name is Brady. I'm part of Sesame Street. My gamer tag is Simply Saintly. We participated in Nashville this weekend, and we did fairly well. So hopefully I can give you guys some insight on what happened at AGL Nashville. So, Blake, I guess it's your turn.
What's up, guys? Like you said, my name's Blake. My gamer tag is Guffin, and we also went to Nashville this past week. It was our first tournament, our first big tournament that we've really gone to, and it was a lot of fun.
All right. So, talking board member-wise, we all watched the stream enough, and we brought you on to this podcast kind of to get, like, a player's experience. So, Blake, why don't we start with you, just pretty much give us the whole rundown on your thoughts, your team's thoughts on AGL, what you'd like to see it improve on, and pretty much everything.
All right. They did a couple things right this tournament, I thought, but they also could have improved on a lot of things. We got there, we all flew in, drove in Thursday night because we're like, okay, we have games at 9 in the morning is when everything started off. So we're like, oh, we're going to get there early to set up. And turns out our pool didn't play till like 5 o'clock or something like that, but they never told us that. So scheduling was kind of is really unorganized. And then our pool ended up being the last one, and games kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back until we were going to have to start playing at like 2 a.m. And it would have gone from like 2 to 5 a.m., something ridiculous like that. So we ended up just rescheduling the entire games again until 8 in the morning, which basically screwed us out of, we could have come down on Saturday or late Friday night and not had to pay for 2 days at the hotel, which kind of sucked. And then as far as vetoing certain game types and stuff like that, their veto system I think was a good idea. I like it because it was just like the old MLG days where you could just veto certain game types and stuff like that. But I don't know. With ours, they were so pressed for time, we just had to play certain game types over and over and over again. Like we played Haven Slayer, Haven Extraction, and third game was Abandoned Slayer. And all of our pool play games were those. So I played I don't even remember what it was. We played 21 games total, I think. And every single one of those were those maps and game types, which kind of sucked.
Was it like that the second day too, with Simplex and Dispatch and all that, or was it more of a variety?
Well, actually, the second day was when we got to play our first pool play games. So we get there at 8 in the morning, and we play pool play until 1:30, and then we have probably a 20-minute break, and then we play Warriors for our first game out of pool play, which sucked. And we did play Simplex, and we had no clue that their freaking best game was Lotus Flag, so we played them in that, got destroyed. But then, they started falling behind again, and our last series was against the Nerds, who placed top 16, and we specifically were like, all right, we suck at Haven Slayer. We're just terrible at that, so we're going to veto that out since we're lower seed than they are. And one of the refs that was next to us, I guess you can call him a ref, he was like, we've decided that you're going to play Haven Slayer and Lotus Flag. And we're like, we don't want to play those. We just got destroyed on Lotus by Warriors, and we suck on Haven. So that's what we're going to veto. And he's like, well, that's too bad. So you're going to play those. And it was two really close games, but the fact that we still had to play those was really, really gay. And they didn't have a schedule for us the entire time, so we stream on and be like, hopefully they don't call our pool because we have no clue when we're going
to. Blake, you there?
Controller company. Yeah, they had a controller company there that would like do custom stuff for you, like fix no slow, whatever. Monster was there, just giving out free stuff.
That's awesome.
The commentators were great.
Yeah.
So overall, it was a really fun weekend. They just need to work on organization, I think.
Cool. Brady, your thoughts?
Yeah, Blake basically just gave out everything that kind of was I guess you could say the general problem. Definitely scheduling was the hugest problem for like every team there. Because luckily, my team, we were in Pool A, so we were scheduled to play straight in the morning, like right there when we got there, warm-ups from 8 to 10, and then we start playing from 10 till 1. Come to find out, we played all morning and then had a break, and then we didn't finish our pool till 6. But the funny thing is, it was so, like unorganized, the entire event was, because the side we were playing on, now I've never seen this happen before. The side where we were all playing on, since it was split screen, there was 8 TVs, 8 Xbox.
Right.
Well, what happened was you would have 4 teams on that, all split screen, doing their pool play matches. That was in Pool A. So what happened was, evidently, I guess the switch, where all the Ethernet cords were all plugged into, like, if one Xbox and TV froze up, all the TVs and Xboxes
And it did so many times.
Did that happen to you too on the all-ball? Because, like, that was ridiculous. So,
yeah,
me and my coach, we're having to rewire all this shit ourselves. Like, the ref is just basically walking around aimlessly. And you said something about your ref. Was he the ref with, like, I guess you could say the piercing in the eyebrow?
Yeah, that was him, dude.
That was our ref, too. And he was a cool guy and all, but, like, I don't think he really knew what he was kind of doing, because the funny thing was, when we got there for warm-ups, like around 8, because same thing as you, we didn't get there till Thursday, but we left early Friday morning, like around 5 o'clock, because we live in Memphis, Tennessee, which is like 3 hours away from the venue. So we left early that morning so we could get into warm-ups, get ready for our pool, since we played right then and there in the morning. What happened was, we get there, and none of the game types are loaded on any of the Xboxes or TVs. None of them. So the ref's walking around aimlessly with a flash drive in his hand, loading up game types. And then after he loaded up all the game types on one Xbox, he turned the Xbox off, and then we turned it back on, and then the game types were gone. So we had to reload them again. It was just like the best way for them to like avoid all these like misorganization and just like bad scheduling is they need more, I guess you could say, employees. They need more people that'll help out with them, because granted, most of them work their ass off. I saw Billy, definitely. Billy and the girls that were reffing, they were hauling ass the entire weekend. But then I'm trying to think. Our pool lasted until 6 because we played all our pool matches, so to say, because we didn't start till 12 because we were supposed to start till 10. Since the screens were lagging up and everything, or freezing up or whatever, and we had to stop and rewire all that shit. And then what happened was, is it okay if I talk about the teams we played, or
go for it.
Yeah.
We played, our first team we played was against Wired In, and because this was the first match we played after we rewired everything. And what happened was, we lose the first game, but then we come back and beat them 2-1. And then we play, other teams. I think we played Michigan Shade. They 2-0'd us, so there's our first loss. And then we played another team, Actions team. And it was kind of funny because they were talking smack to us the entire, series. Yeah. And it was sad, too, because they took the first game from us because my buddy, I've never seen this happen before in Halo 4, where, I think it was 47-48. There's 2 guys on Magic Tree that are both weak. My buddy had just picked up OS, and he's pushing Magic Tree. And I've never seen someone, he shot him once and, beat him down, and the guy, flew far away from Magic Tree. See, my friend, he plays on 10 sensitivity. So he whips around real quick and starts shooting the other guy, but he thought he killed the other one. So we lose the first game 50-48. And then we played the next 2 games, and they're still talking smack the entire time, just smack. And I'm just telling my team, don't talk any smack whatsoever. Just
Didn't AGL post this event that not post before
That-
the event said that like you couldn't have smack talk, or it was like
Dude, it was all over the main stage. Like, it didn't matter.
and that like
at all.
surprised me because sorry, I heard people are dropping fag and all that stuff, and I was like, I could have sworn that like there was a rule set that came out, right?
yeah, there was a rumor going around the event. I don't know if you heard it, Blake, but there was like this rumor that you can only say fuck 2 times on the main stage.
That was probably like the first
That's
minute.
what I heard. Like, but Sudeth and Monster, I don't know. I think they were like just going nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for trash talk. I like it. I definitely don't have a problem for it.
As long as it's like creative.
Yeah, because like saying fuck so much, it looks bad after a while. Like I get the occasion like, oh fuck, he got me. Like that's fine.
It's unprofessional.
It's
I don't like nothing against the Sudeth, but like if I was Warheads, I wouldn't. I don't.
Yeah,
think,
for real,
and he tweeted out too. He tweeted something out. I think it was towards APG maybe. He called somebody an idiot, like over Twitter. Like after it's like, dude, come on, just play the game, man.
Yeah,
like,
really.
If that was one of the few things that I have like a critique for is just if you're gonna make a rule set about like like presenting AGL, you have to stick with it. Like you have to follow through with the technicals. Because too many, and I think part of it is like they don't want to give the technicals, or they're okay with giving the technicals to the big names like Mickwin when he dropped the. It was him who said fag, right?
Yeah.
When they dropped him the technical, maybe they're like not scared, but they don't want to.
Yeah, I see what you're saying because they're being hypocritical in a way. They first say, "Hey, we're not going to cater to the pros by giving them early access to passes, but hey, we'll let them bag and fuck on main stage, and it's okay." I mean, I understand that, but like, I don't know. I guess because like everyone was so stressed out because of the scheduling was so far behind that I don't think they really cared so much. I guess about like what language is being used. I didn't really care because after we 2-1 those kids that were talking smack, me and my teammate both stood up and like up a couple F-bombs. I mean, that's what happened because
yeah, like I said, like there's a difference from it being, I'm blanking on the word, like just kind of sudden, and there's a difference to completely abusing it and looking unprofessional because it does make them look bad when you get a full team dropping it, but like. Maybe they'll fix it for the next AGL. But
speaking of like catering to the pros, did you go up in that lounge at all that they had there?
Yeah, but I got kicked out real quick.
Yeah, wasn't that? They had a lounge there that was like only for the top couple teams,
right?
And like they could go up there, but no one else could. And I was like, okay, look, it's so cramped down here, like with all these teams and stuff. Why not just bring them upstairs?
Yeah.
Instead of like catering to all these kids, and then like one night, or the night that we were trying to reschedule games and stuff, Brad came around and he asked us, "Do you want to play in the morning? Or do you want to play tonight?" And we had stayed there all day on Friday because we kept hearing it would be like an hour and then you guys can play. No, it took all night, and so it was like 12 o'clock, and they're like, "All right, do you guys want to just play them tonight, or are you going to play them in the morning?" And we're like, let's just play him tonight. And so, like, a couple people said, let's play him tonight. Brad goes over and talks to Enable, and Enable's like, yeah, we should play him in the morning. Brad walks back over and says, all right, I think we're going to play him in the morning. And my teammate goes, I thought we were playing him tonight. And Brad says, who are you? And I had to hold him back, dude. I thought he was gonna kill Brad, like no joke. And
the problem with the pool play is they just didn't have enough stations, right?
Actually, they had quite a bit of stations. It was just the fact that everything started freezing up, and definitely because the scheduling was so off.
Yeah, and they didn't label stations or anything either. Yeah. Just like, here's a bunch of random TVs here.
Stations, it would have been. I think it would have ran a lot more smoothly. But I don't know.
It looked cramped. I tweeted out the idea that maybe going to like, I know when it came to Chicago it was in DuPage, and I don't know if it was at the community college, but I have a feeling if they went to a community college or just a college, like, can we like possibly, because I feel like they're renting these out, right? Like they have to be giving them money. I can't see a college not wanting to promote something like this for extracurriculars and the money side. Like I don't know. Like maybe in the future.
Well, I mean, if they watch rebroadcast and see a Sud saying "fuck" every game,
right?
I would be like, "Oh, that's true." I bet they would be like, "I don't think that's very academic or whatever." I mean, it's like, I don't know, but like,
Well, I don't know about you guys, but Brady, do you know about the place called Battlefield Knoxville? That's like a huge land center.
We're going there in May. My team is. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, same here, dude. That there's this huge land center that just opened up in Knoxville, and they apparently like talked to Arena Gaming and was like, hey, we're like 6 times as big as the venue that you're having this at. You guys want to have it here? And they're like, nah, we're already set on this place, so it's all good. And it's a smaller venue apparently than they had at Chicago, which had half the teams.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I don't know what their team was there.
Yeah, our team's definitely going to that Battlefield Knoxville thing, but I can't wait for that because that'll like substitute Pittsburgh for us basically. But I've heard like the settings and everything are gonna be a little bit different.
Halo in the future tournaments in the future need to all agree.
Yeah, they all need to be set on V4, like straight up.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyways, back to I guess tournament and whatnot. Before we get to bashing Brad and everything.
Yeah, hey guys, I have a really quick question.
Yeah.
So, do you think like if we just substituted like the pool play, like you know how you guys had to veto and all that? Do you think if they just had like randomized maps, do you think that would like help out?
Well, that's why they have the
Like,
veto system.
Definitely.
Just
Yeah. The problem with though, and I don't know how much y'all have like dove into this, but if you play split screen on any Forge map or any map that has a lot of Forge in it, it's just super, super laggy. So you can only use maps that don't have a lot of Forge pieces.
Yeah, that's why you.
And the game only launched with a handful of good competitive maps.
I can only imagine splashes with that, dude. Because with even not on split screen, splashes is laggy.
Hold on, did they take splashes out for this tournament though?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for Skyline and Monolith. That's all. I'm just excited for that.
Why couldn't they do those? Because
they don't have map codes.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, which apparently they're working on that. And like I bash Brad, but what he has taken upon himself to do for Halo is good.
Yeah.
But now that like that UMG announced that they're doing tournaments in PGL, dude, he's gonna have to step up huge, or he's gonna go out of business.
Like, I kind of he gets that whole he's self-entitled because he's the only person doing Halo, which I get he is, and it does make him a little bit self-entitled because you can tell by his whole demeanor. Nothing against him, but I mean I think everybody in his position would feel above everybody else. But I think with UMG coming up, Black just announced he's doing a $2,000 tournament. We got Ninja's PGL, the Suds, whatever they're doing with CGL. I think
that's actually the Suds are collaborating with the Battlefield Knox people. If I'm
really.
correct.
Yeah, Battlefield Knoxville, they're throwing like, I think it's like every couple months, like a $2,500 tourney.
Yeah.
it's nice.
And an FFA for money too. So.
Does anybody know if like the PGL thing, if it's going to be free to enter?
Yeah, I think it's free. The first one's free to enter. Online qualifiers, $35,000. I think that's what I saw in Reddit.
Dang.
I'm pretty sure that's what Ninja said on his stream, but I was talking to a couple of guys earlier this week, and they said that it's going to be $200 for a team. So I'm not really positive on that.
$35,000 prize?
No, $200 to enter.
Isn't it $35,000? Is that what I heard?
Maybe $3,500.
$3,500.
Yeah, maybe not 35,000.
Tournament. We're exceeding MLG right there. But I don't know. But yeah, basically we played we had a really kind of challenging pool because we also had straight sick in our pool, and we beat that team, and we got raped by ambush. There's no question about that. I mean,
you guys didn't beat Ambush?
No, we got raped. I mean, those guys are ridiculous. They're just all monsters. They all have raw talent. And
that's a whole other level.
But after pool, because I saw y'all play against my locals and nerds.
Yeah, we got destroyed.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that Haven Slayer game.
Oh my gosh, it's like 50, like 18 or something stupid.
Yeah, but we had to play our first round in whatchamacallit, bracket was reality check. So it's like that. Then we had to play like 99's team, or losers round 1, I think, or no, losers round 2, or something like that. And then we had to play legendary the next time. But
So did you guys beat anybody in after pool play?
yeah, we beat 99's team, which was like Carefree Cito, 99, some other people on there, Spinelly Mike.
Yeah.
That was on. They were on that team, but then we had to play Legendary. We put some really close games against Legendary. The first game, we lost 2-0, but they were both really close, and we choked on the second game. It was like 50-48 Dispatch Slayer, and then it was 3-2 Adrift Flag, and we were ahead 2-0 on Adrift Flag, and they'd come back and like beat us 3-2. It's horrible because like when we were about to play Reality Check, I'm not gonna lie, I was wanting to really beat them. Like, I had gone to the concession stand, and did you see the big fat hillbilly that was doing all the hot dogs and hamburgers?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Like, I went up to him, and I was like, all right, man, can you give me 2 slices of cheese? He looked at me really weird. He was like, for what? I was like, I got to put some rats in their places.
Oh, my God.
But we ended up getting kind of food.
Oh, my
I texted Steve for Sargoth, and that didn't happen because I'm hoping to beat Sargoth and throw the cheese at him.
Wow, dude.
Winner.
Ridiculous.
Is that anything else, Brady?
Besides scheduling and everything and having to start Reality Check chance on main stage, yeah, that's about it.
Board members, anything you guys want to add before I go into my spiel?
So I'm kind of curious. Like, I saw a lot of the stream and like heard a lot of things from people, but I mean, I didn't really see a whole lot of the venue. Like, what kind of like stage you provide like at least a decent atmosphere? I mean, watching the Halo was sweet, and I saw lots of awesome Halo, but I mean, the atmosphere for the players, like, was it any good? Was it a decent environment to be in?
It was pretty good.
Cool people or what?
Like the town was really cool that we were in. All the hotels are really close to all the eating places. So like as far as that goes, it was good. The venue itself, like we talked about, was really small. Like I sit like a couple of feet away from my monitor when I play, and you couldn't do that at this event just because there are people walking like right past you, like bumping your chair and stuff while you're playing.
Yeah, you had to play like Fear itself during pool play. I swear to God.
Like face to TV, it was bad.
You had to put your face in the monitor.
Yeah, so as far as that goes, it kind of sucked, but I mean, they did have some cool things there. They only had they had one little tiny bathroom for the guys and one for the girls. And like at one point, there's just like 8 people in line for the guys' bathroom, and no one was going in the girls. So I was like, you know what, screw it, just
take some initiative.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Did you notice how they had like sound playing through the bathrooms?
Yeah, but you couldn't hear it anywhere else.
Yeah, you could go take a dump and you still get up to date on all the Halo action. So it was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, it was, and they had like a huge screen in the main room. So like while you're like waiting to get called in for pool play or whatever, actually watch on this huge projector screen all the stuff that's going on instead of going and sitting in front of the main stage if that was filled up.
Yeah, I mean, it was just really cramped. The atmosphere was great. Like everyone was chill. There wasn't really any altercations. But I guess you could say the atmosphere was really like, it was really chill. Everyone was just there to play, I guess, and compete. Most people were.
I mean, it looked, even with the delays they had, it looked like everybody was having a good time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Nobody looked upset. Every team on main stage was just excited to be there, which led to a better playing. I did notice that the event looked kind of small where the pool play was at, but, I mean, when you have 60-something teams there. It's not like a complaint on my side. It's just what I noticed.
Yeah, get rid of the pro lounge, put the pool play up there, split it up, and it would have been a ton better.
So I got a quick question for Brady and Blake. How long before the actual event did you guys practice, like, as a team? Like, how long did your teams practice? What was, like, did you guys have practice schedules? Like, what would happen for just practice overall?
Do you just want me to give the whole team history, like what happened with our team? Because,
yeah, pretty much.
Well, me and my team, we were initially going to team with the two guys. If you had followed New Jersey, we were going to team with two guys from Bake and Destroy, Stillmatic and Panda.
Yeah.
And what happened was, like, before we ran for New Jersey, like, we had really good teamwork. Me, Little Country, Panda, and Stillmatic. We had really good teamwork. But for some reason, once New Jersey ended and we came back, we just, like, we weren't good anymore, like, running together. I don't know what it was, but we ran a couple more days with Stillmatic and Panda, and me and Alex decided, well, I kind of told Alex, hey, you know, we have two really good locals that live near us, and they have the potential to play at a top level. And I think because our other two teammates have never really been on a team that's actually gone really far. And so I was like, all right, Alex, let's give these two a chance. So we started running with them, and we go into playlists. The first day we ran with them, and it was me, Little Country, Persuasion, and No Shields. And we absolutely dominated. Like, I'm trying to think, like, we played a couple pros in the playlist and everything, and we were just dominating, just going, like, mowing down everything. And then it just clicked from there. So we just, like, practice. The only time we could really practice, though, was, like, during nights, like, after 10:30, because I close some nights where I work, and it was just really tough. But I think we had about maybe 2.5, 3 weeks of practice. Yeah, I think that's around what.
Nice. And who's on your team?
It's me, Little Country, Persuasion, and No Shields, and our coach, Sebastian. Blake, you may have saw him. Were you there? He was the bald guy sitting at main stage that was saying random shit. That was our just like random funny shit, like hit him with the hard light and everything.
With the hard light.
I did hear that, actually. That's really funny.
Yeah, and it's a funny story. During the Adventure Time and Status Quo series, my coach was screaming Status Quo, like, and all that stuff, and I have nothing but love towards the Adventure Time squad, because I wasn't talking shit whatsoever, but my coach was. He was just talking shit to Adventure Time the entire series. And what happened was, I guess the girlfriends from all of Adventure Time start, like, round-fecking my coach. She was like, they were all like, well, how did you do at this event? And my coach goes, Combine Coach Point Check. Like, they're quiet, like, after that. And then I had a buddy with me, and he kept on going, y'all need to quit being so sensitive. It's just a video game. And they would just walk away and get all sensitive and everything. Like, it was weird, though.
That's awesome.
Like, I've never been round-checked by a bunch of gamer girls in my life. So I was sitting back there like, are you for real? Are you really defending your man's placing a video game of it? Like, I don't know.
All right,
atmosphere problem.
Blake,
Okay, Blake, if you've ever been to other events, I have never seen so many girls at one event in my life. Usually it's just a bunch of DC dudes. Just, like, haloed out. And there was a lot of estrogen at this one. But you're
yeah, I'll try to follow that up. So basically, the guys that I play with, one of them I met back in early reach, and he just kind of fell off the map, and we just started playing together as H4 came out. Another kid, I won like a local tournament that he went to in Atlanta that was held at the Linux Mall, like in the Microsoft store.
Yeah, I know.
And so we went and won that tournament, which was cool. because it was a tournament, but it was against like miserably bad kids. Like games weren't even close. Like we had one game we like went in only beatdowns and we won in Slayer. And so, like, that's one of the kids. And then we just picked up this random guy that we met in customs who was actually from California. And so he was our fourth. He said he could make the flight out, but this was like a couple weeks before the event. And
That's dedicated.
our coach was like from PA too, so he flew down from PA. And he had like none of us have any prior event experience, so our goal was just to get out of pool play this first event. And like our only practice times, because one of the kids who's in Knoxville, he is I think he's in med school right now, so he didn't have much time to play. And then with the other kid in California, like our schedules are all messed up. So we played like Tuesday nights, like 8 to 2 in the morning, and then we played Thursday nights 8 to 2 in the morning, and Friday nights like 6 to 12, and that was it for 2 weeks. So we had like 6 total days of practice, and we get there and we're just all like, oh my god, this is so surreal, just because we've never been to anything before. And when we finally play our first game of pool play, we play, I think we played Taking Candy, which somehow was, like, they didn't sign up on the website or anything like that, so we didn't know if we were going to get by or what. But it was 2 players from previous teams that had gotten knocked out on Friday, like, didn't make it out of pool play. And
Hold
so...
on. Was that Actions team?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, my God. I knew it. Okay. Yeah, go on.
So we played them, and they beat us on Haven Slayer, and then we barely lost Extraction. Next game is against Pure, and they just ran us over. And so we're like, all right, starting off well. Next game, we have SQ, and we lost on Slayer by 4 kills, and then we lost in the last 20 seconds of Extraction. And afterwards, like, we were kind of pumped because we like barely lost to SQ, and APG actually came over and shook our hands and was like, you gave us a scare, good game. So that was cool that like they were so chill about it, even though they almost lost to some nobodies. And then we had to win out like our last 4 games, or our last 4 pool play matches in order to get out of pool play. And every single one of them went down to game 3, and we clutched it, which was insane because we all went just crazy at the end. We beat some kids like Banana Cognac and Ritalin.
Yeah.
And we were down like 4-0 on Extraction on Haven, came back and won that 4-5.
Damn.
And after some kid was like talking mad crap to us, like he got like a triple exterm and was just calling out like how much we sucked and stuff, and we came back and beat him, and I was like, dude, you can talk about how awesome your exterm was as you drive home since you did make it out of pool play.
Oh.
And it was fun though, dude.
Follow up on that Actions team. Actions team was initially in our pool. They didn't pass through our pool. They were the 16th seeded team, so they were the second highest seeded team in our pool. And I don't think they made it through pool play because there was, like I said, there was a lot of good teams in our pool. We had Ambush, we had Michigan Shade, which is Mo and Top Shot's team, Straight Six team, which was Straight Sick and Aries, us, and then Actions team. The 4 first teams, including us, are the ones that went through our pool.
Right.
Actions team, I guess, did not make it through pool play. So I guess he formed a new team and went to a different pool or something.
Yeah,
Tyler just said in the chat, somebody played on 2 teams using different names. That's not going to happen
retarded.
again.
I don't care what. If you can't make it through pool play, you don't deserve to be there. That's all I'm going to say about that. Like,
yeah,
no, that's ridiculous. And I guess that has to go like with the whole, I don't know, maybe Brad catering to people who, because they were the 16th seeded team, they had a lot of points going in. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that?
So anyway, that's my team experience, and actually one of the guy from Knoxville. He's sponsored by Battlefield Knoxville, the owner of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's really funny because he beat Knox Sud 1 out of the last FFA that they had, and tied Sud 2 for first. So he split the prize money with him. He was like, "Dude, you guys sponsor anybody?" And they're like, "Yeah, we already sponsor these 2 teams, but we have this other business that we can sponsor you with." And we're like, "Oh, cool, that sounds good. What is it?" And it's a construction business.
I saw y'all's jersey. I was fixing to ask, like, how did y'all pull a construction?
So we had like this construction company on the back of our jerseys, and
awesome.
But sponsors, so whatever.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is
all weekend we told everyone, since we had Sesame Street shirts on, we were sponsored by PBS. So,
that's sick.
But I want to get sponsored by those Battlefield Knox people, because of 2 teams. One of their teams was in our pool and we beat them 2-0.
Yeah, one of their teams sucks.
I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna go.
Sorry.
Man, that Simply Stately guy is an asshole.
Yeah, I agree with you. But you better get on that because the guy that's on my team is talking to him tonight. So.
Yeah, I was just gonna wait to go to that Battlefield Knox tournament and just show them how, I guess, if we do good, which we should, be like, hey, sponsor us. But I don't know.
All right. Any more questions? Any other things before I shed some positive light?
Yeah. I've just one. And it's not really negative. It's just getting off the Brad thing. What would you guys think if 343 Studios stepped in
and gave support?
Yeah, and gave a lot of support and kind of helped out AGL because Brad was the only one doing anything.
As long as we're not playing Team Action Sack.
Or getting Big Team Battle Maps to play on.
Yeah, right. I mean, as long as it's
for real.
4v4 maps, it's good settings, it's no radar, I'll be fine. I don't care if there's needlers all over the map. As long as I have no radar, I'm fine. I don't know. As long as it's good settings, that's what I'm just trying to say. Is because we have a little bit of developer support with Bravo being in there.
Yeah.
It's little to none because I guess they haven't really done anything. I mean, they're trying to do buffing and nerfing weapons right now, trying to do I guess weapon damage and whatnot.
Yeah, which should have been in there initially. So
should have been the instant instant respawn stuff
spectator mode.
It's definitely spectator mode.
It makes it more difficult because I would love to stream people's scrims and stuff on the Twitter account and everything. It's just it amazes me how something so simple as spectator mode can get overlooked and screw a game up this bad. Because then AGL doesn't have to hassle to get 4 points of views on every team every time they come over to the main stage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just, like you said, it's something so little, and they just overlook it. Probably just because they were rushed to release the game in time for the holiday season, so they could get more income from it.
Yep. And
that's Microsoft.
Look what happened: 400,000 to 40,000. That's still falling down.
Yeah.
That's going to be the topic for next week too. Is the whole 3x3 situation. So we won't get into that too much.
Yeah.
But anyways, from Dustin, you got anything? You good?
Oh, what was one of your guys' favorite moments while you guys were at AGL?
I'll start on this one if I can. One of them, there's this team that we've been scrimming online consistently, and they ended up being in our pool, and we're just yelling at each other back and forth and stuff. It was probably the most vocal game that we had, and it was our first game, our first match that we had to play out of our 4 series that we had to win out. So we're all right, this is go time. Either put up or shut up here, and it was the last game on Abandoned Slayer, and it was 47-48 them. And OS was coming up, and me and this kid met at it at the same time. My coach is counting down. We both melee each other, so we're both one shot. And our coach says 1 second, and so instead of meleeing him, I just hold down B to pick up OS, and I pick it up, and he melees me again, and it does nothing. So I pick up OS, melee that kid, and we just, like, melt some kid on purple bridge and tie it up, or not tie it up, but we get up 49 to 48, and then one of them spawns at beach, and we all just, like, mad rush this kid and just melt him. And probably just, like getting up and turning around at those kids because they're all from West Coast and they all have like God host when we play. And we're like, dude, can't wait to meet you guys on land. It's going to be different. And just getting to turn around and like say that to those kids, even though it's trash talking, whatever. That was pretty awesome. So that was my like top thing of the week as far as our team gameplay goes.
Awesome.
That's very sweet.
I think for me, I don't know. Like I have two moments. It's I guess you could say the action series because they were just relentless the entire series and they wouldn't shut up. But there was also the Straight Six series in our pool because I remember back in Halo 3, Straight Six was teaming with Scarvane, and he had knocked our team out in Columbus in Halo 3. It was just nice to for me, it was nice to get a little bit of revenge for that. But definitely just, like, chilling on main stage, just, like, harassing the people that were playing on main stage. That was fun for me. Like, especially the studs. Like, it was just funny just starting random chants, like, the entire time. Like, I don't know. The whole event was a good time for me in particular. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun just because so many like when you have that many people together just for one purpose, you're gonna have a lot of fun regardless. So
right. You all have a common interest, so it's like, let's game.
Like you guys said, it was fun, and from a spectator point of view, the fact like the production from AGL 5 from AGL 4 was like out of this world. It was just fun. They did a good job. I would like to see a little bit more updates for games not on main stage. I know they have that little ticker on the bottom, but when you have like casters in the booth, like just run through it really quick, That from a spectator's point of view. Anybody else agree? Either you?
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
That's where the whole like employee thing is. AGL needs more people helping them out because they had like 4 or 5 reps that were volunteering. They need
from Battlefield Knoxville, dude. That's where they came from.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's I know. It's like y'all need more help. Brad and Billy shouldn't have to run the show and ask for volunteer. And that's where I go. Like I had to bring up the whole Gandhi thing, but I agree. Gandhi should be paid to commentate, and so should Maven, and so should all these people. They're doing it out of their pocket. So it's like.
See, I kind of, I don't want to say, I think for tournaments not MLG, I think casters should, I don't know, part of me wants to say they shouldn't be paid, and then, the other part wants to they should be paid, but regardless, there's got to be a way to get those casters, back, and I'm glad they sorted out whatever happened, because from somebody running that account, I can't tell you how many times I got tweets, who's casting Gani going, They brought the views. Not only did the teams play well on main stage, the casting was phenomenal, and just the way it blended in with the new production, and the points of views, and then ticker on the bottom. It was just a really spectator point of view, a really well hosted event, and except for Saturday when they were like, okay, we're gonna be going on at I think 8:30 they said, and then it was 9:30, and then it was 10:30, and then I think at 11:15 we finally saw Walshy talk. So. Other than that, from me, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. And the only reason I say it wasn't a full 10 was because I know you guys had delays, and it was annoying for us to have to wait.
From your standpoint, it'd be an 8.5, but I guarantee for me and Blake, it'd be around a 7.
Yeah.
It's understandable because you guys are there. You guys are living for the 48 hours you're there. We're only doing it over Twitter, so it's not like we're affected. So I get your point. And I think that they made such big changes again from 4 to 5 that it's only going to get better as long as they don't pull a 3-4-3 and they stick with the core. They don't try and do anything crazy. They just improve on what they have. So, anything else you guys want to add?
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. So, I want to thank you, Blake and Brady, for coming on. Hope you guys can come around for more podcasts because this is fun. So from the little guys, hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you.